This tour's been amazing, bro. On every end, bro. I'm so glad I went to Africa, chat. I'm so glad that I decided to come here and experience it for myself. To be honest, chat, this tour changed my life, bro. This tour changed my life for the better. Seriously. This tour set open my eyes, you know, and it really it sparked up something deep within me, very deep, you know, like something from the root of me. It kind of like talked to me in terms of like I can do this. Obviously, like I've been already doing it, but I can do this. It's more personal, you know? And to come back to the motherland and to stream it all, stream 20 countries in 28 days.
All right, so a few days ago, we all bore witness to one of the most significant events in our lifetime when iShowSpeed visited 20 countries in Africa. And I know what a lot of people may think. This was just a guy farming content in another continent. Sure, you can go with that. I don't really mind. This is what I think. Because personally, I believe it was one of the best storytelling I have ever seen. So this scene here, where Speed is being massaged at the waterfall. This right here has a lot of symbolism, especially when you go back and listen to this.
This tour changed my life for the better. Seriously. This tour set open my eyes, you know, and it really it sparked up something deep within me, very deep, you know, like something from the root of me. It kind of like talked to me in terms of like I can do this. Obviously, like I've been already doing it, but I can do this.
So what you just listened to was Speed in Namibia on the last day of his tour. And he said he felt something very deep, something at his core. And I'm going to link it to this specific place. We've discussed his visits at length. We've talked about the highs and lows. We've celebrated him and given him all the praise a man can only dream of. But all that is just the physical things, the things we can see with our eyes and say with our mouths. But I'm here to tell you that Speed's visit to Africa goes way beyond what the eyes can see. It was spiritual and ancestral.
Everyone can taste it. If you want to taste it, you can taste it.
What the
Wow, the fita, major fita. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, Bobby. That's the short song.
You eat it or throw it?
Yeah.
You are finished with it, so you can eat it now.
I can eat it now?
Yeah. Take one egg.
It's hard. You have to eat
Egg, onion.
So today I'm going to do my best to explain the spiritual significance of Speed's visit to Africa and everything that it means. So we all know the story. Hundreds of years ago, we got visitors on our coast. And when they came in, after a while, they took over and we sold some of our people to them. They went away, they were treated harshly and terribly. Until this day, they still suffer from the decisions some people over here on our continent made hundreds of years ago. And because of this historical fact, many of these people have mixed feelings about the rest of us. They believe all sorts of things about us, and with all the propaganda and everything else that has been said about Africa, I would hate them too. And on this side of the planet, everything we see about them is violence, aggression, guns, gang violence. That is all we know about them. So on this side, we also have a perception of them. But only a few days ago, one of the descendants of the people our ancestors sold came back and completely I'm only going to be pulling from the events that transpired during Speed's stream in Ghana. I'm going to talk about them and give, in my opinion, what their spiritual significance is. All right, so we start here with Speed at the waterfall getting a massage.
It's not going to be that stressful, just relaxation for you to feel relaxed, okay?
Okay.
No deep tissue relaxation.
Yeah.
So right here, when he's getting massaged, it goes beyond beautiful women massaging 2 men or 3 men. What I see when I look at this is the very man or woman who was sold by our ancestors to the white man. What I see here is the person who had to go to America, to a different environment, to a different climate, to start working with no freedom in sight. What I see here is the man or woman whose life turned upside down in a matter of days. One day he was around family and friends, and the next different land surrounded by people whipping him to do work. What I see here is the man who never saw freedom. So for me, this scene is us, the descendants of the people who sold our family into slavery. It's just like how Jesus would go on his knees and clean the feet of people. It shows humility. It shows the willingness to sacrifice. It shows the willingness to lower our pride and serve. So this here, from my perspective, is not just someone who was hired to massage a very popular streamer. When I look at this, I see us being apologetic. I see it as our ancestors, through us, dressing the wounds of those they sold into slavery. And what happened next? We fed them.
Can I get some mangoes?
Hey, chat.
Bite into it.
Let's bite into it.
Oh, he ripped it open like it was some cheeks. No, this is good, bro. It's very good, bro. All right, so y'all ready for Kareem, bro?
Wait, what about the nachos?
We fed them, we gave them nourishment, we welcomed them and made them feel at home. So from there, we move on to the palace, where the most significant part of all happened. When that very first slave who was taken from here, whose name got changed from what it was at birth to a foreign one, being given back his identity.
Can you take this off? Put this on your hand, right hand. Check this out, check this out. Check your shoes.
I'm the king now?
Yes. I'm the king. Let's take it out.
Oh, shoot, I'm the king now.
Hold this for him.
I'm the king now.
No. We're gonna put your clothes.
Yeah, we the king now, baby.
We're just gonna put it over your head, okay?
Okay.
For now.
Berama Kofi Akufu.
That is what I witnessed when I see Speed getting named in the palace. But before he was named, some rituals had to be performed. The elders of the land called on the ancestors. The elders of the land called on the spirits to come and bear witness to what had happened. That after hundreds of years, the slave who was sold had returned back home. To me, none of this is a coincidence. Everything that is happening has to happen. Speed had to be in Africa during that time, and he had to do the European tour, the American tour, and all that for everybody on his stream to see how people from there react to people of a darker skin tone. And when all that was done, he was directed to come to Africa, and now everybody in the world has seen the true colors of Africa. So this was not an accident. Now, after the rituals had been performed, Speed was asked to pray.
Whatever wish you want, you can thank the tree and we'll make your wish.
So I say it out loud or inside?
Whatever language.
No, do I say it in my head or do I say it like?
Oh, you can say it,
You can say verbally anything you want to say.
like meditation, say it
Yes,
in your
you
head.
come home, this is the ancestral home.
He can climb on you.
And this was not only exclusive to Ghana. I saw that in another country, he also had to touch a tree and pray or say some wishes. I've not watched that video, so I can't say for sure, but that also proves the similarities between the different countries in Africa. Although we are separated by borders and different countries, we all at the core still have the same essence. This part was so emotional. I know I'm being very sentimental in this video, but it's needed. This part was the most emotional moment of the entire stream for me, because usually Black Americans, from what we have seen on TV, are so disrespectful, especially when it comes to things they do not understand. And it's even worse when it comes to things of African origin. So if this were any regular person, any regular disrespectful Black American, they wouldn't even participate in this entire event. He's just here to stream, make some money, and move on to the next thing. But Speed did, and he stood at this tree for a very long time, standing alone by a tree which represents the life of the land, tapping directly from the source and praying in silence. I really hope he never tells a soul what he prayed for in this moment. It was so special, and I hope he holds on to it forever. So after he had done that, our brother who had been sold into slavery had officially been welcomed. And now that you have been welcomed into the world, it's like a baby being born. You have moved from one reality to another. You're now devoid of substance, devoid of identity, and need to be given a new one. So they marched him to another part of the palace where a ceremony was performed to restore his identity.
He said the king is so strong.
To strip off the name tag that was given to him on sale and remind him of who he was before the unfortunate happened.
About to get my name checked.
We have to cleanse you first before naming you.
Y'all gonna eat it? Don't eat. Do I eat it? Don't eat.
A champion, a great man. Today they are giving you Berima Kofi Ekufu.
Berima Kofi Ekufu.
Berima Kofi. Kofi means it means you are born on Friday.
Berima Kofi
Ekufu.
Okufu.
Kofi Ekufu.
That's my Ghanaian name right there. Berima Kofi Ekufu. Okufu.
Berima Kofi Ekufu.
Berima Kofi Okufu.
Yes.
That's my Ghanaian name.
And it was so beautiful seeing how Speed responded to it. Happy. He was evidently happy about his new name. He kept repeating it.
Berima Kofi. Berima Kofi Okufu has arrived. Berima Kofi Okufu.
And at one point, when someone called him Speed, he told him this.
Hey bro, you know my name?
I know, I just
No, that ain't my name. He don't know my name.
That's not my name. My name is Berima Kofi Akufu. And that was so beautiful. Another thing I would like to mention is this is not normal. This has never happened. I don't know of a 21-year-old who was given a naming ceremony in Ghana. It only happens at birth. It's the exact reaction a baby gets. So although he was given a new identity, he is still iShowSpeed, and he showed it by doing this. The backflip, the cameras, and the hundreds of thousands of viewers that were watching this at a time. Not to speak of the ancestors and all the spiritual realm people, if you believe in that stuff, who were bearing witness to this event. So when our brother, again referring to that slave who represents all the slaves that were sold from Africa to the outsiders, when that slave went into the foreign land, he picked up new activities, he learned, he built a culture, he came up with a way to survive and thrive, irregardless of the hurdles that were put in his way. To me, that is what the backflip, the cameras, and the hundreds of thousands of people watching represent. And at this point, an African, a Ghanaian, had been reborn. But this was not only a Ghana thing, because I've not watched all the streams, but I saw clips of him performing rituals in other countries. There was one where he became a king. In another community, he became a warrior. I think he drank cow blood. He did many cultural and traditional stuff. So when I look at all of them, I see him just pulling the essence of the people who were there, the ancestors, those who were sold and those who stayed. He's just pulling bits and pieces of them together into a new being. And through this, he became a new identity. He ate so much African food from every single African country he went to. He saw his brothers and sisters, everybody so welcoming and so proud of who he had become. A feeling so genuine, which I believe he hasn't received in his entire life. Again, while I may be saying this about Speed, I expect you to extend this view onto the first slave who was sold. He came back ready to forgive, he came back ready to be accepted, and he came back with a fortune even though he left as a slave. So that is what I see when I watch that Speed stream in Ghana, and I am sure I'm going to rewatch it many more times. Let me know what you guys think. Am I making things up, or is this a very valid interpretation of what happened? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you interpreted the whole thing, and I'll be sure to read and give my remarks on it. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like it, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I will see you another time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.